Namaskaram everyone. Welcome to the Satsang today with Shri Atma Nambi. I've seen some of you before in a couple of Satsangs we have had from the last 2 days. So we have a few other Satsangs happening here at the center tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And then we have a semi-silence retreat coming up in Pugapsi at Terry's place on Sunday from 10 to 6. So you're all welcome to join. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, Mahendra here, for any information for these events. And Atma Nambi is going to be here in New York and Washington, D.C. for the next week. And 5th is traveling to Greece for another 10-day events there in Athens. And also Atma Nambi is the head of Upanisha Ananda Mandir. It's a non-profit organization in Salem and doing charity work for a lot of communities, building homes for the tribal communities all across India and many other charitable activities. So we welcome any donations if you want to offer from your heart, which goes directly to help the tribal folks and other charitable work in and around Tamil Nadu and in India. So with that, we can get started with the satsang today.
So say something about the books.
Oh, yes, we also have books here outside called Manita Geetam. That Atmaji, it's a question and answer from a seeker to the master. It's one of the beautiful books I've read personally 8 years ago. So it takes you to the journey of a seeker where you can learn from those questions what Atmaji responds to for a sincere seeker. So there's this book here called Manita Geetam, and then there's also a music CD here with a picture of Atma Jyoti, so you can get these things.
Thank you.
தொடர் தியானம் எவ்வுயிரும் தன்னுயிராக வாழ்தல் இவையே பூரண வாழ்வும் வளமும். The other can also be ready to go next. Let us start.
I can go next if someone wants to start.
You want to be the next? Okay. Let me tell about my nature. My nature is whatever needed in the satsang at that time, I am responding. Generally. I can speak, no problem. Who is the first questioner here? What shall we do here? In other way.
I have a question. If you were sitting here and I were sitting there, what question would you ask?
Look at it. Look at his brilliant way of presenting things. I won't ask anything, I will be in silence. Thanks for giving such opportunity.
You're welcome. I have a question.
Yeah, okay. Both is good in asking question actually.
We all know that if we meditate really good, we are a healer. We are healers and can heal certain type of diseases or or problems in the body. However, there are limitations. But when we sit in a group like this, I wonder, is there any limitation to the healing capacity when we sit like this? Of course, time is involved too. But if we say we can sit for 2 hours, would this group be able to heal more severe diseases than if I try myself?
Yes. Good question. When you start defining satsang, we can define satsang in very different manners. One of the dimensions of defining what is satsang is this, the benefit of satsang. A satsang can provide an enormous healing effect to the participants. Is possible. Doesn't matter what subject is going on in the satsang. As many people think, satsang does not mean only discussing about a certain subject. Subject is an excuse. The energy flow is the primary phenomenon in a satsang. Subject is just an excuse. Let me tell you, with the example of my own experience. When I was searching and seeking those days, this I am telling some 3 decades ago, when I was a serious seeker. One day I happened to be in a satsang in Tiruvannamalai. Most of you are aware of this place, Tiruvannamalai. Sitting in front of Yogiram Suratkumar. Here is a center in Poughkeepsie, nearby. Yogiram Suratkumar Center. When I came first time, they invited me to that center also. I was there. So, in Tiruvannamalai, there was a gathering, like this kind of hall, some 100 people or something were sitting. Yogiram Suratkumar. How many of you are aware of Yogiram Suratkumar? Few of you. Okay. He is one of my teachers. I lived with 5 teachers in my life. One teacher was not enough for me. So it was the other way around. One teacher kicked me to the another teacher. I got all the kickings everywhere. I used to ask them, why are you kicking me to another place? I am happy with you. You are happy with me, but I am not happy with you. So therefore you are kicked. Like that I passed on 5 teachers in my life. With the 5th teacher only, all my kicking stopped. So, one such teacher is Yogiram Suratkumar in Tiruvannamalai. He left his body recently. I was sitting in the hall as the last person, the last bench. He never gave any verbal talking. No discourse, no talking, nothing. He is special actually, according to me at least. He never make any talks, never made. He will simply sit in his place, that's all. No question, no answer, no topic, discussion, nothing. He used to sit, and people used to sit like this, that's all. Satsang. Minutes together it goes. So I was also sitting the last row. Those days I used to drive the two-wheeler to the hills like this. The age was like that also. Even though I am driving, my preference is two-wheeler rather than car. So naturally, I fell down several times while I was riding in my bike. So I had some bad back, bad spine, paining almost all the time. That time I sat there in his satsang, the last row. As the time went on, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5 hours like that, the time was going on, I felt something in me, in my body. This is my first-hand experience I am sharing with you. The pain on my back started reducing. I was watching my body as if I took some painkiller. I didn't take any painkiller. But the effect was like a painkiller working in my body. That time I had no knowledge about it. I never read any books or anything. Spiritual books, I mean. Those days I used to read only the management books, how to win the friends, all Western authors. How to be positive, how to be successful in life, how to get promotion quickly. I was working for a pharmaceutical company, AstraZeneca. I was working as a first-line manager in AstraZeneca. So those period I used to read only these kind of books to achieve something in life. So I had no idea about all these happenings that was happening in my body. Reduction of pain. Simply sitting, no bhajans even, not like you. No bhajan, no music, nothing. He is simply sitting, that's all, like a child. Sometimes he used to smoke also in the crowd. Charminar cigarette is his favorite brand. See, Swamiji is smoking in the Satsang hall. If I do it, how you will feel? You all will vacate. In fact, people who are on the way to see him bring only Charminar cigarettes. I am not exaggerating. You go and read his history, you will know. Unbelievable. There will be always bundles of Charminar cigarette next to him on both his sides. He used to smoke chain smoking. He never used to take bath also. There is another information. In Tiruvannamalai, you know the heat. It's not like New York City. No bathing, no changing of clothes, therefore. Can you take the picture of him so that people can see? Yogiram Surat Kumar. I am responding to his question only. Therefore, I am bringing all these things. Is it so hard to find him?
Google
is easily available.
Spook Yogiram.
Look at. Show around. He is
Pass the phone around.
a turban
Ram.
old clothes on his body,
Surat Kumar.
not properly dressed.
S-A-S.
That is.
Please show.
So it's lived quite long, huh?
Yeah,
Despite
yeah.
the
Yogi
cigarettes.
Ram, Yogi Ram
Yeah, he
Surat
is-
Kumar.
You can pass it up.
Cigarettes didn't harm him much.
Cigarettes didn't harm him much.
Not even the smell of the cigarette in the hall. Even though he was smoking, very chain smoking. Okay? So that was the case. I was sitting, people are also sitting. I got the experience of that, the release of the pain. I was wondering, how come all the time there was pain on my back? Now the pain is reducing. That was mystery that time for me at least. Later on I understood. Later. At that time I had no idea how it happened. I did not go there just to get my pain relieved. No, that was not my intention. I was simply innocently sitting, that's all. Now I am responding to his question. He is Bodhi Ula Peterson, his name. Was born in Sweden, living in the US. This gentleman who raised the first question, he really helped you. You ought to thank him. He ignited the process.
May I say something? I can give you testimony about this. I have meditated for a long time. I've also done a lot of cross-country long races, both ski races, run, and marathons. I have injured myself many times during the races. What I did was just stepped aside, prayed, get rid of the pain, in the pain back. And I just continued with the injured muscle, or one time it was a ribbon, and it went on and on. So I healed myself when I came to the finish line, and a couple of days after. That's one thing. For a year ago, I had a bicycle wreck, injured my muscles in the back, went to at least 10 doctors. No one could do anything. They thought they could, but nothing happened. When I came to this place, or rather it started out in St. Louis, we gathered in groups like this, and I just sat there and prayed, please, please, please heal my back. And I had another thing, I'll tell you in a second. Now it's gone. I'm healed. Number two, for about 2 years ago, the doctor said, I have a heart murmur. And I said, what's that? Yeah, it's one of the valves is not closing. So it creates a crazy word, sound when they listen to the heart. Okay? And they said, we can't do anything about that. I hope it doesn't get worse. And I said, yeah, thank you very much for that. So I started to pray, and pray, and pray, and pray. I found out that my energy, my praying was not enough. I just was content with that, okay. Went to St. Louis, in all these groups. Today, I was checking on my body, because you can do that if you have bad blood circulation. And it's almost gone. I can say I'm much better than I was for 2 weeks ago. And you can see what our doctors spending years and years and years in university could perform on me, nothing. I went to Atma, Nambi and the gathered team that just prayed and even just sat, as you do now, pulled the energy down. I took advantage of that and asked for help with my body, and it worked. That's all I need to say. Meditate and ask what you want, truly. And then afterwards say, thank you very much.
Responding to him, a satsang is an opportunity for healing, no doubt. As many people think that satsang is not just sitting there and discussing about a particular topic and question answer alone, is something more. It gives such a healing effect. It should give. It should give. Otherwise it cannot be a satsang. Or it can be just a guest lecture, that's all. That's a difference between satsang and guest lecturing. In big companies, corporates, they are inviting some experts for guest lecture, That is not satsang. Then what's the difference of satsang? There is a difference, vast difference between a guest lecturing and satsang. The very name indicates satsang, satsang. Sat, the truth. Sang, the association. When truth is associated together, when the truth is descending, naturally the power of the truth is able to heal the participants. Of course, the participants, they have to be receptive. That's important. There shouldn't be any resistance. The readiness to receive the energy, the healing energy. Therefore, usually, before a real satsang starts, music is played, bhajan is played, kirtan is played, to calm down the mind, to bring the audience to a receptive state. So certainly a satsang can provide a tremendous healing effect on the participants, no doubt. Now is your turn, Bhuvaneshwari Devi.
I'm forcing this question. I'd rather be quiet also, like you, but I'll ask. For a lot of us, I don't know how to say this better. We're caught in that, not success, but the material world, where we play our roles. It's not just the work, but our parts as, let's say, wife you are right now. And sometimes we're on the edge, but there's not to the other side, and let it go, all this life that you've built here. And I know a lot of people, including me, also grapple with that. And the moment you lean into that, forces, habits, everything, fear. So how, I don't know if there's a real question, but how do you live with that? I mean, you probably meditate, that's what I do. Something about that you can talk.
Okay. The question is about how to balance the material world and the spiritual world, right? Yeah. This is not only your question. Almost question of many people. Because we have been taught, or you have been taught from your childhood, be a doer, be a doer, be a doer. achieve, achieve, achieve. That's the conditioning. Almost nobody teaching about your being. Most of the people are teaching the doing part of it, not the being part of it. Even in a colloquial way, you just listen, just watch, just be watchful how people are responding to each other. When you ask somebody, how are you? Oh, I'm doing well, they say. Doing well. As if doing is everything. Doing is not everything. Doing is something. Doing is part of our life, not everything of our life. But the way we are all brought up, as if doing is everything. I say, being good and doing good. Only some people. Being good and doing good. That should be the right way of responding. Being good. How are you? Being good. And doing good, of course. This is a major issue going on in the whole of the world, not only in one country. People are put into the gauge of doing, as if human being is like a machine, money-making machine. The very name human being, we don't say human doing, we call human being. What does it mean? We are all human beings. The being is important. Without the being, no possibility of doing. When there is no being, that means that the person is dead. How a dead person can be a better doer? We need to understand what is being, what is doing. Being means in tune with life, flow with life. There is a life force in every one of us. Are we in tune with that life force? That is forgotten. The being part is forgotten almost. The mind is keep on contemplating about doing. This is something lopsidedness. Lopsided. Imbalance. That's what the question rightly. Imbalance. You are supposed to sit like this, not like this. Probably you can go sometime like this, sometime like this, like a pendulum. That is balancing. How one can be like this all the time? Something wrong. We have to teach our children about this. This is the prime teaching. Supposed to be given to your children first of all. Before that, you must realize it. the parent has to be ready to teach. This is what happened in Gurukulam. This ashram is also a Gurukulam. They are sitting in a Gurukulam. Just now I completed online Gurukulam 2 to 4 today. What is Gurukulam? Is there any difference between a Gurukulam and a college or university? Vast difference. This is what we have been emphasizing. We need to change the quality of education. What we call today is not a complete education, incomplete education, even in the topmost universities of the world. Incomplete. I only call an education institute where the institute is teaching both the being and doing simultaneously. No university is bothering about the being. They are all bothering about doing only. They are bothering about the marks, performance in the examination. That is doing part, nothing to do with being. Therefore, we need to first learn this art of educating. Both being and doing simultaneously. If you ask me what should be given a priority, I should always say the being part should be the priority. Not other way around. Anyway, doing is going to happen. The being part only is getting forgotten. As the being part is forgotten naturally, all kinds of psychological issues like depression, anxiety, insomnia, and whatnot, there are many arising. It's a consequence of forgetting the being part of us. There's an imbalance. In other words, there is an imbalance in the brain. There is an imbalance in the right and the left hemisphere of the brain today. It was never before. What is Gurukulam? The Gurukulam is an institution or a place where the Guru is the prime and he is observing everybody in the Gurukulam in such a way that the right side and the left side of the brain working properly, equally. You watch, you will know. Both the sides of the brain is not working with most of the persons. The left side, more concentration is going on. And the right side, almost forgotten. We have a program for this. I am giving training. How to balance the right and left side of the hemisphere of the brain. What we are trying to come to the point is that the being part is almost forgotten. As a result, human beings are looking like a robot, machine, programming something all the time, even while sleeping also. I was told that in countries like Japan, they are educating the children while they are sleeping also. What a horrible phenomenon. It's a horrible phenomenon. When the children, they are sleeping, they teach with using some devices so that they will be very efficient. What efficiency? What are we going to do with that efficiency if being is forgotten totally? If love is ignored, if unconditional love is ignored, what kind of world we would see? Honestly, tell me how many universities are teaching about unconditional love. Is there any syllabus over there about unconditional love? But that things are taught in Gurukulam. That is the difference between a Gurukulam and an ordinary school. You are really fortunate if you are a parent here, if you admit your children into a Gurukulam-like schools. That's the meaning of Gurukulam. Both life education as well as material education. What is going on in the world by and large is about a material education is going on. Too much is going on. That is needed. Material education is needed. Then how to survive? We need to learn the science of materialism. Making our life comfortable. It will give comfort. Comfort alone cannot provide love. Comfort means which is related to the body only, that's all. The present education is capable of training somebody so that the somebody can earn a lot of money and they will buy a comfortable things like bungalow, car, bank balance, etc., good food, nutritious food, etc., to take care of this body. That's all. It is so limited. The present education is taking care of only the physical level. It has no capacity to go further. I am responding to Bhuvaneshwari Devi. I am not deviating. So when you are so busy in the material world, earning money and comforts and all these things, suddenly you heard about spirituality somewhere, either through books or through internet or through YouTubes, whatever, social medias, or through some friends. You are acquainted with spirituality. And you start showing interest in learning that spirituality apart from the material world. The moment you enter into spiritual world, that means you are pouring water and manure and everything to your soul. So far you are nurturing the physical body only. Please understand the difference. As long as you are traveling in the material world, you are nurturing only your physical body level, providing good food, good shelter, good rest, good dress, and good transport, everything. Now for the first time when you enter into spirituality, your soul starts waking up. Your being is getting enriched. taste something, being, which is beyond five senses. All other tastes are limited to five senses. The smelling, the seeing, the hearing, the touching, the tasting, all confined to only five senses, which is totally related with this physical body only. First time when you enter into spirituality, one side. You are so into it. Other side, your material world, the people who are confined only with the material world is pulling you down there. What are you doing? Where are you going? Ananda Ashram. By going to Ananda Ashram, what are you going to be benefited? People are asking the benefit. How much extra money you will earn by going to Ananda Ashram? By going to Ananda Ashram, one may lose money. Just joking. But people are asking, okay, you are going to Ananda Ashram, daily, regularly you are going, attending all the fire ceremony every day and meditation every day. What are you going to be benefited? How much extra money? Extra. Always asking extra. People are always asking extra of the money. How many people are asking extra love? Extra love, L-O-V-E. Yesterday I was in this amount of love. Today my love is this much. After 1 month my love is this much. That is also accounting. But no, most of the people, they don't care about the balance, the bank balance, love balance. Currency balance only people are interested. All right, I am not commenting on it. I don't segregate. And I don't lower the material world. Material world is material world. But not at the cost of the being world. By selling our both eyes and buying a portrait, what is the use? Selling our eyes for price and buying a portrait. What are you going to do with the portrait? Without eyes. You already sold it. This is what is happening in most people's life, as I see at least. They sell their eyes. We are not available here to see it. We don't have eyes. Meaningless. This is what is known as meaningless life. When there are eyes and portrait, it's very meaningful. Look at the portrait, you enjoy. But without eyes, selling the eyes already, sold out. This is what is ignoring the being. Ignoring the being is equivalent to selling the eyes. Her question is, I just introduced to spirituality, I started practicing, doing some sadhanas, everything. I like it very much. But at the same time, the material world is pulling down here and there. I don't know how to balance it. That question. Yesterday we were talking almost closer to this topic. First of all, you need a Sangha. A Sangha is of great help in this situation. Alone you cannot succeed in the beginning. You need a Sangha, a like-minded Sangha. There you get a tremendous confidence. Okay, there are my friends in the Sangha. They are successful in both the world, material as well as spiritual. So let me also travel with them for some time. Not always. The beginning is needed. By and by you stand by your own leg and you may not require a Sangha. Vacate the Sangha. Say goodbye. Either Sangha or Ashram also. I used to do that. Some people come to me, they stay with me, they learn something, they become expert of meditation, etc., life, everything. Then one day I will say, it's a time for you to leave. Go. Don't stay with me, no need. Now you are capable of standing by your own. Till such time, a beginner or just a starter kind of sadhakas require a Sangha to have a tremendous confidence in you. Please understand one thing. Actually, the doing part is completely new. The being part is not new at all. It is with you. From the day where you appeared in your mother's womb. In the case of doing, you need to go to the college and schools and learning certain skills, and you have to be skillful to do something. That is a learning process. Here it is not a learning process. It is just a recognizing process. You are not learning anything about being. For doing only you need to learn. That you are continuously learning. Never-ending learning. As far as being is concerned, there is no need to learn anything. In fact, it is an unlearning process. Opposite of it. The being part can be enriched only by recognizing the being. It's already there. You don't have to do anything. You are not developing the being. It's already available in full form within you. You have forgotten thoroughly for many, many years. You are about to sell your eyes to buy the portrait. Now you know, oh, it's a dangerous game, selling my eyes, buying a portrait. However beautiful the portrait is, what is the use without eyes? I used to go to universities and colleges to take some session like this. There I see one thing, commonly I see among the students, especially the college students. They are so capable of many knowledge-oriented fields, they are so capable. But when it comes a small problem in their life, they are unable to solve it. This is the problem I see. Not only in India, I visited the school and college, also in the US, Kansas City and all, I visited a few schools. The same situation is going. They are so brilliant in tackling many complicated situations in science or whatever, but when it comes to a small issue in their life, they are broken, unable to solve the issue. They go to the counseling. Counseling. What is the guarantee that the counselor is expert in solving the problem? He is already in some other problem. His problems are different, but he is also in problem. He or she.
In terms of Bhuvaneshwari, Divine Mother, I find that, especially during this Navaratri, but throughout, we're looking for Mother's attention, Mother's love, Mother's nurturing. And in order to move towards spirituality, we're taught that there has to be detachment. How do you detach? I find it's easy to detach from material things, but how do you detach from your children? And here we are still praying to Divine Mother for everything.
Can you please repeat it? Detaching from children, what do you mean?
Well, the detachment is to detach from everything and just be one pointed towards Advaita.
Okay.
So please explain that.
Yeah. Okay. The word detachment Ekagraga and Vairagya, which is wrongly understood by many, this term called detachment. Same way, the word renunciation is also wrongly understood by many, not by all, by many. Renunciation, detachment. What is it? What are these terms? Renunciation and detachment. Even some people go into the extent of renouncing their property, renouncing their house, renouncing the world. They go to Himalayas. And the other day I told that this is Himalaya of New York City. We are sitting in Himalaya. Some people do it, I see. They renounce all things. Renouncing family, renouncing the money that they possessed. They go to Himalaya to seek God. As if God is available only there. That is not really renunciation. That is not really detachment. Renunciation, detachment is nothing to do with your family. It's nothing to do with your material world. Rather, renunciation, sitting in the cave thinking of his old property. I was hiring a very luxurious car long ago. I renounced it. I doubted whether I did a wrong thing or a right thing, sitting in the cave. One has to be honest. There is no honesty in this kind of renunciation and detachment. Renunciation and detachment, I will tell you, here is that holy being is here, Ramana Maharishi. Because I am also from Tamil Nadu, he is also from Tamil Nadu. Was born in Madurai. He is really a renouncer. He applied the detachment. Therefore, he is a holy being. Went to Tiruvannamalai. He also sat in a cave, not gone to Himalayas. A renunciation and detachment is something related with the own mind, with his or her mind. That's it. Doesn't make any difference for that person. Because he already psychologically detached, psychologically renounced. That means no bonding at all. He has gone, he or she has already gone, transcended. Mentally. Nothing can make such a person sad or sorrow. Being in the middle.
Yeah. Can I say something? I just like to give you my side or my story of this very, very important issue. And again, goes back to meditation. And it is something natural for me since I was a little kid. And off and on, but mostly after I was kind of maybe 45, 50 year of age, I started meditating very, very often. And what happened over time is that my ego have been crumbled into a little seed. There's probably some ego left, but I do my best to control it. So what does to me, I feel love to everything, almost as it hurts me. Not physically, but economically. Because my cell phone is full of all kind of people that want money from me because I give them. But I don't care. They need. So this is just one thing that happened to me. I almost cry when I see the outdoors people in Florida, Los Angeles, and everywhere. However, in a professional life, I see the same. I work as an engineering consultant, designing complicated equipment, $20 million equipment, teaching people to use them the right way. And that is a very scientific business. However, I don't see it as a scientific business. I see it as a love work for the people who are in the plant. Because they need work. They need a good product that sells beautifully, so they can stay in business long time. That is how this has happened to me. This is how I think. So when they come to me and say, hey, what did you say? This doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. And they can be managers and say, you are a crazy idiot. And it doesn't hurt me. Not the slightest. I just smile at them. And then I look at the person. Can be general manager, anyone of them. So that play bosses. Look at them, and I see the scare in them. I can honestly also feel the dirty energy that comes out of them, which is just scare. It's nothing else but scare. Then I say to them, take it easy. Let's sit down. We can talk about this, and I will find the solution for you. And it takes me. I just shut my eyes, sit down with him, have a cup of coffee, shut my eyes, and solution. And I give it to him. And he said, will that work? Of course, I take care of it. Okay. Oh. The general manager goes away, and the whole situation is then expanded into a love condition, where I have many times in the plant that everything is rush. Machine is spitting out one product at the second. Every second, women come over to me and hug me, say, "Thank you for the support." And I say, "Of course. Can you tell me that happened anytime, anywhere else in the United States? So please." That is what I experience as unconditional love, and also separation of my own emotions and the real emotions that surrounds me. And it feels like I am in a lake, calm lake.
Thank you, Ulla. Thank you very much for sharing your own personal experience.
Thank you.
And so Bhuvaneshwari Devi, it's obvious when you are entering into spiritual world, spiritual tasting, sampling from the material world, you need to balance yourself. How to balance, how to understand the situation is that you don't have much to do in spiritual world actually. You have much to do in the material world. In fact, you don't have nothing, you don't have anything to do in the spiritual world. You just identify yourself. You just recognize yourself with your pure soul, that's all, with your being, that's all. The remembrance is important. That's not a doing part. Remembering is not doing. What most people are doing, they forget. They forget their being. Here the problem is forgetfulness. You are not supposed to do anything in spiritual world. But you have a lot to do in the material world. If you are not doing for yourself, nobody else will do for you in the material world. But in the world of being, you don't have to do anything at all. You simply remember that you are pure soul, that's all the time, 24/7. You need a constant reminder only in spiritual world. There is nothing to do there. It's not a complicated area. Thank you for asking. remembering yourself. Now also we are all here just to remember ourselves. Nothing else. We are not doing anything here. There is a beautiful saying in Zen. I love it very much. Doing nothing, the grass grows by itself. Doing nothing, the grass grows by itself. I love this. This particular saying, to me at least, equivalent to thousands of spiritual books. When I read this first time some many years ago, I was like, ha! Like Shakti Satya. Ha! That's all. Doing nothing. Grass grows by itself. That's what your spiritual world is all about. You have nothing to do there. You simply be like you are now. What are you doing now? You are doing nothing. In fact, doing nothing is a very difficult job. Physically you may not do, but mentally, that is exactly Zen people are calling this doing nothing. They are not saying about the physical body. They say about the mental body. Ramana also says similar. Many people misunderstanding his statement. அவரவர் பிரார்த்தப்படி அது நடக்கும். எது நடக்குமோ அது நடந்தே தீரும். யார் தடுத்தும் நிற்காது. எது நடக்காதோ அது எம்முயற்சி செய்யினும் நடவாது. ஆதலே சும்மா இருத்தலே நலம். This is his famous quoting. But people, many other people, even who are the so-called followers of Ramana Maharishi, took the last sentence. Be ideal.
Could you please translate?
Translate?
Yeah.
He is good in that. You translate. அவரவர் பிரார்த்தப்படி அதற்கானவன் நாட்டு விப்பான்.
பிரார்த்தப்படினா என்ன சொல்றது?
Prapta means according to the karma.
So life happens.
Life happens according to everybody's karma.
Next line.
I forget. Too many languages. எது நடக்குமோ ஆதலின், therefore ஆதலின் எது நடக்குமோ அது நடந்தே தீரும்.
Whatever is meant to happen will happen.
Nobody can stop it.
Yeah.
This is contagious. எது நடவாததோ அது எம்முயற்சி செய்யினும் நடவாது.
So
What does not have to happen will still happen.
something that is not, regardless of how much effort you put in, something that is not meant to happen will not happen.
Therefore, you just relax. People conveniently taken the last part of his statement. You just relax. Don't do anything. Laziness is grown out of this teachings. I have some Ramana Maharishi's followers coming to me. They are conveniently saying the last line of it.
Does that mean destiny? I mean, do something and, I mean, yeah, that's what it is, right?
See, even you are not doing it. You are not the doer. Remember. You are not the doer. You think that you are a doer. That's a problem. That's called ego. Nobody is doing anything. All perfectly done by Prakriti. Amma knows very well about Prakriti. This place, this ashram knows very well about what is Prakriti. Prakriti is a combination of tamasic, rajasic and sattvic qualities. That's what is Prakriti. That is doing everything. Not you and me. We are unnecessarily taking credit and disturbing our own peace.
Yeah.
So nobody is a doer. Whereas the society, the people around you all the time from your childhood keep on teaching you, you are a doer, you are a doer. You are not a doer. The one and the only doer is the Prakriti. That which is taking care of your breathing, that which is taking care of your digestion, that which is taking care of your blood circulation. Are you doing that? These are all big jobs than your job in the corporate. What you do is a small work actually. Sitting in front of a computer, designing something. Compared to the blood circulation, which is not in your control. The digestion, which is not at all in your control. Who is doing that? Who is doing all this big job? When you are sleeping, somebody is bringing back in the morning. Otherwise, what will happen? The bed, everything will be samadhi. Somebody always bringing you to the next morning. Who is doing that job? Are you doing that job? Who is rotating the earth? Are we doing collectively 8 billion people rotating the globe? Who is creating the seasons? Now I saw on the way to the Poughkeepsie, beautiful trees around on the road, beautiful colors of the trees. Because all the 2 times that I visited America during the very peak of the cold season, no leaves at all. This is the first time I'm seeing some leaves. Great relief. Oh. America is really beautiful. I thought it's dry. We are not doing anything at all. Believe me. Prakriti, the force. Prakriti is not a dead thing. It is the most alive thing. Prakriti is the agent of God. Do you think God is a dead one? God is the most alive. A simple drop from God, the most alive, is called Prakriti. That is doing the whole job. Using this body. Using these bodies. You realize this single thing that we are discussing now. You are relieved. The moment you realize that you are not a doer, you are enlightened. You don't have to struggle for enlightenment for years together. Just this one realization is enough. You are enlightened, you are realized right now. The hindrance for your enlightenment, the delaying of your enlightenment, because you think that you are a doer. That's a problem. That's a problem, really. I am asking a simple thing. You think that you are a doer. Suppose your company, your boss, your people around permitting you, don't do anything for 10 days. Can you be able to? Can you able to not to do anything for 10 days? Not even going to the bathroom? Impossible. That is a clear evidence that you are not the doer. The body to function. That's all. That is why you are not to be quiet without doing anything. Some force is pulling you. Go to New York City from DC. Or from New York City to DC or DC to New York City, shunting. Sometimes you are unnecessarily shunting, because that force is making you to do so. Your body cannot be ideal. It is meant for karma, performing duties. That's what the whole essence of Bhagavad Gita. The same problem occurred to Arjuna also. Arjuna was resisting, not to fight with the opponents. Krishna is saying the same thing. You are not the doer. Come on, you just be. Allow the body to function. Why do you resist? Even if you resist, you can't resist for a longer time. Because your body is meant to do something by the force, prakriti. The combination of rajasic, tamasic and sattvic. These are the three qualities, three gunas. At the maximum, you can just witness your body doing something, that's all. Watch it, it's so beautiful. Don't interfere with the doing of your body, the body-mind complex, with intellect. As if somebody else is doing. You see your own body movement as if somebody else's body is doing that. It's a practice. You become ecstatic by doing this single practice. Ecstasy is not coming now because you are totally attached and thinking that you are a doer. Therefore, there is no ecstasy. The moment you watch and witness your body doing something, being aloof, like an onlooker, you are ecstatic. This is a simple shortcut to be ecstatic. People unnecessarily consume drugs. People unnecessarily go to the bar and alcohol consumption to be ecstatic. This one single formula is enough. Therefore, I always say that the bar is within. The drug house is within. The drug house. Open the drug house. Pharmacy is within. Pharmacy. I was working for a pharmaceutical company, That time I didn't know that I was carrying my own pharmacy. Later I realized, oh my God, I was working for pharmaceutical. I myself is carrying a pharmaceutical inside. That was a great shock for me. Many times we forget what is closer to us. We are always searching something in faraway distance. So, don't try anything for your ecstasy. Do this simple thing. I am not the doer. I am not doing anything. I am only witnessing what's going on with this body. With this body. Not even call that is my body. That is also not right. This is not your body. Don't claim it unnecessarily. Two things, don't take the credit of the doing. When the doing is done by the Prakriti, mother, it's mother, she is mother. Another things, don't call that it is my body. This is not yours. These two things definitely take you to ecstasy, no doubt. You don't have to do very severe sadhanas and all. This one single understanding is enough. This is understanding, it's not a technique even. That is what I am doing in my satsang. My satsang is, what I am doing is this. I give small tips to my people who are attending my satsang. I am not making any lecture about a subject. I believe in giving experience to my people, not giving knowledges. Knowledges are available plenty in the market. Only experience is lacking. For example, if you keep on reading all the 4 Vedas and Vedantas and Upanishads and Brahma Sutras and Bhagavad Gita and so on, bundles and bundles, if you don't get the experience of ecstasy, what is the use of reading all these books? What is the use? Reading bundles and bundles of books, carrying knowledge in a small head. Therefore, people call head white. No need. Simple understanding. The understanding is, I am not the doer. My mother is doing. Who is your mother? Prakriti is my mother. We are talking this during this Navratri, golden time. Activities of mother. She is the doer. I am not the doer. Look at your real devotees. They live like that. They never claim that they are doing. Have you ever seen a real devotee who claims that I am doing that? Never. If he or she says so, he or she is not a devotee at all. They always say, my Lord is doing. My Lord. I am not doing anything at all. That's an expression of a devotee, true devotee. And the other day I was telling about temple, How many devotees of this kind visiting a temple? Tell me honestly. This is the quality of a devotee. You ask a real devotee. I have seen many devotees. I ask them, oh, you have done a good job. Sometimes I say, no, I am not doing. My Lord doing. My Lord is doing. That humbleness is not only humbleness, that's a truth. You just understand this much from today's satsang and you just apply. now onwards, whenever your mind says that you are doing it, say to the mind, no, no, no. Sorry. My mother is doing that. I'm just a witness. You are suddenly into ecstasy. So much energy upsurging in you. Enormous energy, bliss, peace, and whatnot. Sure, I can give it in writing. This will happen. Certain things I promise, many things I don't promise. This I can promise you. Whoever applying this truth, it will happen, XT. But slowly, slowly the idea of doership pulling down, hiding the ecstasy, hiding bliss, hiding peace. So in spirituality, you don't have to do many things, just understanding, that's all, no doing. Doing nothing, the grass grows by itself. Thank you for very patiently listening. Let's meditate.
Thank you.
Meditation is not doing. It's just being. Let's close our eyes and body relaxed, mind relaxed, breath relaxed. Just sitting at ease. Physically not doing anything, mentally also not doing anything, emotionally also not doing anything. Just being. Not bothering about time. Do not concentrate on anything. Simply sitting now. That's all. Not concentrating on anything. This simple sitting is detachment. This simple sitting is renunciation. Realizing deeply that I am not the doer, I am not the doer. Again and again your mind will remind about the time. Don't bother about time. No concentration, no contemplation either. Simply being. You feel more and more relaxed now by being like this. no focusing, no concentrating, no contemplating, no imagination either. No visualizing. Just being blank. Now you're filled with energy. Every cell of your body is filled with energy now. You are absolutely the state of no botheration whatsoever. This is your true nature. There is no botheration state, your true state. You be in this energy forever and ever, even when you go to the working place. Even while you perform your routines. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you very much for your wonderful company.